played MOBAs for a very long time, and I gotta say, one of the most annoying, infuriating moments in the game where my time is literally held hostage is when someone goes AFK. That annoying little gremlin who's decided that the game surely can't win because he's some sort of soothsaying predictor of the future and therefore stays in the spawn just rotating 90 degrees every 30 seconds. It's ridiculous, it's annoying, and a lot of players have had enough, and it looked like Riot are agreeing with us. It's only taken 20 years to get to this stage, but hey, I can't be too ungrateful because finally something is going to be done about them. In a recent article from Baraka Probama and Tim Tam Monster, they've basically come out and said AFKs and leavers are some of the most disruptive behaviours that you face. So we're happy to announce that we've upgraded the giant punishment bat, and anyone doing these behaviours will be punished severely. So let's share this moment of revelation together and prepare for happiness and glee when these wonderful individuals get removed from the game for a fair chunky period of time. So they've done 3 things. The first one is to add additional tiers to the penalty structure so the players who continue to AFK and leave consistently incur these new punishments. The second thing is they've added a new penalty type to shield players from repeat offenders. And the last one is they've improved the way that they evaluate attempts to reform in the games. I'm not really sure what the third one is, but the first 2 I am pretty familiar with. If you're not actually involved in going AFK, then I'm pretty sure you won't know how the current system works, but basically at the moment there's a queue delay. This basically means if you do go AFK and you try to join a game next time, then there is a wait on the button before you actually can queue for another game. Now, according to Riot, even though they've got this penalty system into the game, there's still a massive whopping 9% of you out there who still do consistent AFK behaviour. So the 1 in 10 of you watching this video, I'd like to know who you are in the comments below, please. Anyway, they've upgraded this system, and if you keep on going AFK, they've got a brand new system called queue lockouts. Now, I'm not really sure what the difference between a queue lockout and a queue delay is. I think with a queue delay, you actually do get to press the button and there's a wait period, and with a queue lockout, you don't get to hit any of the buttons. So the new system will work like this. There's a whole bunch of tiers, and at tier 0, you get no lockout and you get no queue delay. But if you go all the way up to tier 4, which is new, you get a 1-day lockout, and then you get 15 minutes for 5 games, which really does fit with the Riot MMO, which basically says that if you waste our time, then we're going to waste yours. Because at tier 4 alone, you have to wait an extra 1 hour 15 minutes and also the 24 hours of no clicking the button at all. I'm not actually sure if this locks you out from all queues altogether, including their other IPs, but it certainly does lock you out sufficiently from the game that you're playing at the given current time. If you're worried about getting stuck in their new system, then don't worry too much because they've got a new system that evaluates your behaviour. So if you're a good person going forward and you haven't ended up on Santa's naughty list, then you'll go down to tier 0 and things should go back to normal. But the most important thing I think from taking away this is they're actually promising to deal with the issues that cause people to go AFK. Because often there are cases where going AFK is just out of your control, or it's the result of other individuals being less than pleasant. So for example, they've said not enough ability to come back from behind. I've been there, you're being absolutely stomped, you're locked into a game for 45 minutes, they're just running around crushing you. It's not fun to be there and your time does feel a little bit wasted. The other thing as well is that you end up with someone who is just feeding, for example, and you can't actually do anything about that individual, and again you're locked into that time window. And the last one is, of course, if you have a bit of a poopy connection that day and you end up getting kicked off a few games and you don't actually want to go AFK, then you can get indirectly punished for that. Anyway, either way, these are super cool systems, and I'm really hoping that Dota 2 takes some of them as well and implements it into their infrastructure because, to be honest, thumbs up, these are great changes. I can't stand toxicity in games, and I don't even put the voice or text on most of the time these days because you know there's just going to be one individual out there who's going to make an attempt to ruin your game session. So any technology advancements in these sections, I'm just there on it like a bee on a bonnet, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of them. Anyway, let me know if you play League. I do play Dota, but I get the general gist of this. I'd love to hear what your thoughts and comments on there are. But for now, I'll be back with more news and reviews soon. So all of you have a great day, and I'll be signing off.